Hey, everybody. Michelle is back on this Wednesday, September 27th. I didn't have to look. I remembered it because I just did a podcast. But I want to come back and I want to talk about this in stages because this is probably going to be one of the most difficult um, processes of evolving the consciousness. And that's why I said there has to be proper settings for everything. And we have to do things in stages. But I know I can sense and receive that some people are at that awakening moment. In other words, they see the light, they see an opening, and they are attempting to kind of navigate their way out of it. And what does all that mean? I put out a video a while back about beliefs. It's about beliefs and something. I just read I read a post, and it kind of sparked something in me to say something about exactly what that means. Because because I said this, I also said this about people that are self-righteous. You might as well, if you're attempting to help people that are self-righteous, you're kind of wasting your time on that, and you just kind of need to let them be, and let them kind of work their way out of their self-righteousness. So everybody is at a stage of consciousness where you just need to just leave them alone, actually, and not waste too much energy on that, because it's futile, actually. And it's wasteful, and it's stressing to deal with someone that's self-righteous. So but you can still love them and share love with them, and because you might be married to someone that's self-righteous, or you might be in a relationship with someone that's self-righteous. Okay, meaning that it's all about self-right. They are right regardless, and that becomes an argument and discussion and conflict, and I won't deal with that. Okay, I just don't have time, and my consciousness will not allow it. Okay, so beliefs. I put out a video a long time ago about you need to challenge your beliefs. I told you this is, your beliefs are, basically in the way of your elevation. That's basically what it is. And so beliefs, if you look it up, beliefs, it says here, whether this is true or not, I told you a lot of us are going to have to challenge. You have to challenge everything. But I think a lot of people, and I'm feeling pretty confident that a lot of people can handle it. So that's a good sign. That's a really good sign, meaning they can handle challenging themselves, as long as they're being gentle about it, being gentle and kind to themselves. So they're ready to take it there. You know what I mean? They're ready to stretch it. Okay, let's stretch this. Because that's what I had to do, as I was developing. That's why I feel confident that some people can be reached and some people cannot, and I understand that. And as you're assessing things, you just have to do the best you can to reach who you can, find like-mindedness. So in other words, you can take it, you can handle it, you can handle the brutal and the harsh truth of your reality, as long as you know how to do it. You're in that space, and you're in that level of consciousness where you can handle it. Okay, so beliefs, it says here, is a mental act, condition, or habit of placing trust and confidence in another. Okay, mental acceptance of and conviction in the truth. So I don't know. It's a subjective attitude. It's a mental state of having some stance, take, or opinion about something. That's what a belief is. Okay. And and I also said at some point in the future, these words that we currently have now will be meaningless because we ought to have evolved our, as we're evolving our consciousness, we're going to be evolving our discussions and evolving our conversations, and at the same time evolving our language and how we relate, and and evolving our expressions by cultivating and becoming neutralized and all of your sensing. And it's so important to be logical, rational, and reasonable about everything. That means, because there's some basic prerequisites when you are attempting to evolve yourself and elevate yourself. You have to be dealing in something that's rational, reasonable, logical, and reproducible. Okay? So this is going to be a stage of conversation, but I'm sensing that there are several people that can handle this, and I love that. They seem to be picking it up and understanding their role and how they have to do things in stages, and trust themselves and give themselves permission to, to suspend certain things about themselves, suspend your ego, suspend your beliefs, your conviction, and I'll explain that in a minute. So logical. So logical. It says reasoning, or capable of reasoning in a clear and consistent manner. Logic is the study of correct reasoning or good argument. It is often defined in a more narrow sense as science of deductivity, valid interference of okay. So logic. So it's basically saying being reasonable, right? So, like I said, so sometimes we have these in our English language. We have a lot of redundancy, as we all probably know. We have all these meanings that are redundant. And so that's why I said we have to, so in time, we're going to elevate how we're thinking and our language and our discussions and our conversations without debating. Okay, I don't understand the debating, but that's fine. We'll get into that later. I know it's a political season, so you're going to hear debating. They want us debating, actually. That's what the political sphere want us. They want us debating and arguing and picking sides and not coming together and finding reason. They want us to continue to be unreasonable and arguing and, fighting and, all that kind of stirring us up so that we can, so we can start picking sides. And then so the political sphere can figure out, okay, what do I need to concentrate on to get these people attention, because they know we ain't paying attention to them. So they're gonna infuse themselves into our conversation, and that's where they probably having a fit, a lot of them, because they cannot use social media. I'm sorry, per se, they're not supposed to, I guess, or whatever the case may be. So anyway, so beliefs. So I said in a video a long time ago, as the premise as to why I'm kind of speaking out now and talking and sharing is I'm here to help. So it's about helping and providing information. And I said you need to challenge your beliefs. And I also said you need to write them down. Like I believe I can fly. And I told you to take believe out of there and say I can fly. Okay, is that reasonable? Is that reproducible? Can you fly? And usually I told you sometimes in your questioning, you get your answer. So if you ask yourself, I believe I am capable, take belief out of there. And you get, I am capable. Okay, ask yourself, am I capable? Hell yeah. So, and is it reproducible? So beliefs are actually very dangerous when you allow your beliefs to go unconscious And what does that mean? And that means that you're not questioning and challenging them. Okay, so I told you beliefs are like a third party. They're like interfering in your decision making, into your thought process. Okay, and they're like blinding you. Your beliefs are blinding you, per se. And that's a metaphor, literally, figuratively. They're blinding your reality. They're in the way. It's like, so say for example, I believe I can move a mountain. Okay, can you? And so, like I said, you have to be really, really conscious of what you're manifesting. A lot of people like to use that word manifesting in your thoughts. What are you cultivating in your thoughts? What are you contemplating? Because I'm telling you, if you are not conscious of that and you're not steering your thoughts properly, you're going to throw yourselves into experiences that you may not survive. Okay, what does that mean? Well, that means you are putting yourselves in certain realities because you are convinced, usually you are persuaded, you're so affixed on it to be true, and that is reproducible, and that is logical and reasonable. Okay? So again, sometimes your questions has your answers in them. It's just how you're cultivating your questions and how you contemplating on it. And then once you do your no thought meditation, and so that's why I mean with zodiac signs. Zodiac signs are an interference, in my opinion. They're interfering with your actual alignment of actual signs, actual true snapshots of vision if you're a visionary person, or actual sounds and tones or feelings, and thus emotions. So beliefs are a crucial element to bring you more into reality, because in truth, actually. And then you realize, okay, why do I even need to be concerned about what I believe I can do it? I know I can do it. Or what I believe that I am. I'm not going to say I believe I am. That's confusing, actually. And it's not logical. Are you or not? And so there's these type of wording that's why I say you have to be so extremely careful with your thoughts, and realize the might of your thoughts, and how the might of your thoughts can get you, like I said, in a reality or in an experience that you may not survive. Okay, and so it's important to get a hold of that. So the prerequisite, of course, and that's what I'm hope to build on, is you have to know who you are, what you are, and why you are. Okay, you have to have enough confidence in yourself and how you develop yourself over time to allow yourself to suspend your ego. What is that? Your ego is usually a safe, is protecting you and kind of, not allowing you to relax about yourself. Not to, you don't have to be presenting yourself to anyone. Or you are who you are. Stand by. Okay, I am back. So, what I hope to do is have you build on who you are, what you are, and why you are, and you don't have any fatigue about that. All right? There's a lot of people that have this. God, it's an internal spark. There's an internal strength of energy, and they know. So in other words, they know how to present themselves, to the world, right? They know, and then they know how to shut that down too. So they know how to manage their ego properly. So, for example, like people that are entertainers or celebrities and that such, they're not trapped in their fantasy. They know who they are. They know that they have to play a character sometimes. Okay. But then they know how to scale that back and become who they are. And in other words, they know who they are, and they say to themselves, "I am." But I play a part on TV, or I play a part in a movie, but I am. I'm grounded in my reality. I know who I am. I'm not stuck in my fantasies. They have a strong silent force about them, and that's what I'm picking up. That I hope to reach that level of people, because I'm sensing that I'm picking up their energy. Put it that way. So beliefs are to be challenged silently, gently, and say, okay, why is it a belief? Why can't it be a reality? Because when you have beliefs, you can go unconscious, and before you know it, you have applied so much conviction to a belief, and I'm telling you, it's going to cultivate in your thoughts somehow, and it's going to put you in a certain experience that you may not be, like I said, that you may not survive. So if you're saying, I believe I can fly, just think logically about that. When you can't. But can you? So that's why then you'll stop saying I believe anything. You'll just say, I am, blah, I can, blah, I'm capable. You're doing, these are, you're putting together actions. Okay, I am thin. And then you look at yourself, am I thin? Come on. You challenge that. I am fat. Am I? Be reasonable and gentle with yourself. So it is a stage of development. I think I sense that some people are there, and so it's exciting me actually. So that's why I thought I'd come on and talk about it, because people get really, really offended when you start telling them to challenge their beliefs. They get offended by that, and that's that self-righteousness. And I'm not, like I said, we can't help everybody, and I'm not speaking to them. That's why I want them to swipe. If you have any self-righteousness within any inkling of your body and in any inkling of your soul and in your thoughts, I need you to swipe immediately and move on to someone that is that you can resonate with and listen to and be satisfied. Because like I said, I'm not arguing and debating with no one. Okay, we could have a conversation and discussion. Yes, absolutely. So the beliefs are an internal, it's a prerequisite to freedom, to unearth hidden talents, to bring you into a full range of, okay, who am I really, honestly? And if you have to ask the question, if you ask the question, am I capable? I say, hell yeah. But if you say, I believe I'm capable, I would say, that sounds like doubt to me. And so now you're going to start cultivating that energy of experiences to challenge that. You understand what I mean? If not, I'll definitely clarify. But I want to start there to say, yes, challenging your beliefs you have to suspend your ego. You have to suspend your beliefs, and I know that's a contradiction, but you have to suspend your beliefs in order to challenge them. Otherwise, they're going to fight to exist. And I told you that third parties, they're in your way. They're interfering with your cultivating of actual logical, reasonable, reproducible thoughts, behaviors, and actions. When you have a belief there, it's like in the way. Like I said, it's like a third party interfering, whether it's in your vision, your hearing, what you hear, what you feel. It's an interference in that. And that's how with people that are in their feelings, like I said, they have this powerful instinct, but people say, "Oh no, oh no, oh no." They push back on that, and then you believe them. You caught that? You believe it. If I sat around and believed, if I worried so much, I know a lot of people say I don't care about what people say about me. Well, that sounds like a contradiction, and we'll get back in that another time. I know who I am. So I know what I experience. I know when I'm in delusion. Trust me. I know the signs. I know how I'm aligned. So that's what I said about zodiac signs. Zodiac sign, when you rely on that, it interferes with your, it's like you're trying to line up something instead of allowing it to align up. You need to be aligned with reality, not with fantasy. And that's what zodiac signs are. They're fantasies. But you can have fun with them. I told you that. I think it's fun. I think it's laughter. I see it as a comedy, when you are believing in zodiac signs. Come on. Especially when they talk about Sagittarius and Geminis. Come on now. That means what? It means nothing. But entertaining. So as long as you know you're being entertained by somebody that's reading your palms, and they, and all these so-called psychics, as long as you know it's entertainment, because I don't know if anybody remember, if you used to pay attention, at the bottom of commercials it says for entertainment purposes only. They're just entertaining you. So, and I told you we have to get out of that need for everything being constantly entertaining. There's nothing wrong with having some humor sometimes and laughter. I don't have entertaining is different from humor and laughter, by the way. Entertaining is sometimes distracting. We use entertaining to distract ourselves, to take ourselves away from our responsibilities and our accountabilities. That's what it usually does. There's nothing wrong with indulging yourself in fantasy, especially if you like a certain, because like I said, Hollywood, let me also clear up the Hollywood thing I said. I said a lot of people in Hollywood are trapped in fantasy, and that's true. But a lot of them are not. But a lot of them that are trapped in fantasy believe they are these characters. So they believe they're Superman. They believe they're Catwoman. They believe that's who they are. And that's a delusion. Okay? They haven't separated themselves from their fantasies. So they come out in the world and they walk into a restaurant and they think they're supposed to be given the royal treatment. I play Superman. You know what I mean? Come on. Come down off of it. Come out of it. So they get into these fantasies a lot of, all of us do, but I'm just saying Hollywood right now. Because I hope everything is cool and, everybody's snapped out of it. Snap out of it. It's not all that serious, right? You have to be more creative. Come on now. So you just have to know your reality. Yeah, I just play a part. And that's the ego too. Remember, the ego plays a part, but you have to know how to suspend it and bring yourself to reality and say, okay, what's really going on here? Come on. We're disrupting the whole state because I play Superman? Come on. Or I play, I'm pretending. So we're disrupting a whole country because I'm pretending. We enjoy entertaining. That's obvious. But the entertainers need to get a grip on reality as well. Okay, that's the point. We have to get a grip on our realities. Okay. And realize, okay, that's a part of entertaining. That's not real life. But you can bring ideas from it. You can bring ideas from a lot of entertaining. And that's that part of storytelling I told you, where it's expanding you. And you can, you're trying to reach people. But you know what the realities are of your situation. Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk more about beliefs. That's very, very important. It's a prerequisite too. And so I'm glad I'm glad I saw a particular post, because okay, that means this person is ready to take it there. They know that yes, I have my beliefs, okay, but I can suspend them just for a little while. Suspend them for a minute, especially during meditation, because I told you meditation is no thought. Suspend it. Allow stuff to align with you without you interfering. Allow it to come through your dreams. Allow it to come through your imagination, through your visualization, through what you hear, the sounds, the tones, and like I said, what you feel. The power of that is all power and might. And because of the damage to a lot of consciousness, like I said, some of it's apparently it can go into the subconscious. That's just what I'm learning too, from the books I'm reading, from Beam, Billy Meyer. I get a lot of my knowledge from him. He's putting out all this knowledge for all of us. I free willy listen to him and read his books, but it's just knowledge. It's no different than reading Aristotle, Socrates. No, it's no different. I'm still responsible for taking in the knowledge. Like I said, it comes into me. Okay, and I'm responsible for contemplating it, cultivating it, meditating on it, but not ruminating. Okay, nature does the same thing. Go out, sit out in nature. It does the same thing. And I can tell by nature, by the way, I'm getting ready to close this out, but I can tell by nature by just looking out that they are exhausted. The plants, flowers, and trees, they're exhausted because they're feeling the impacts of the climate destruction. We're not in a climate crisis. It's a destruction. And I can see it and sense it and feel it in the trees. They're exhausted. They're exhausted. Okay, I'll talk more about that too as well. So yes, beliefs. Like I said, challenge your beliefs. Have confidence in yourself that you'll be able to handle suspending your beliefs, but challenge them. Suspend your ego, but and allow it to just step to the side for a little while you do all of this work. You're going to have to do this forever. Keep that in mind. So once you get started, you can't, once you get started, okay. All right, so I hope everybody's doing fantastic, magnificent, and marvelous, because I am. I feel good, like I know I should. I told you that one of my friends on Facebook told me I look like an orange, but I know why, or tangerine. But I know why. It's the lighting in here. The lighting is weird, so if I switch around in certain spots, it changes the hue of my color. How about that? The tones and the reflection of my colors of my skin. Because remember, darkness creates colors. Dark people are carriers of hereditary properties. Look it up and find out how important that is. And again, once you start interfering, what can happen? Okay. So anyway, I'll talk about that at another time as well. So I hope this answers some of the questions that have been presented out in the universe, as people say, but I'm picking it up. I'm sensing and receiving it, and I want to talk about it. Like I said, this is like a beginning stages of belief, and you have to be ready to challenge your beliefs. And once you're ready, watch what happens, feel what happens, hear what happens. Peace and love, everybody, and trust me, I'll be back.